Today, I'm going to show you something very, very special, unique. It's the Zero motorcycles. Everything about Zero motorcycles. The Zero motorcycles are quick, they are fast and efficient, but I'll get to that in a moment with each individual bike. First, let's start with the most basic motorcycle, the Zero S. This is the Zero street motorcycle, compact, sharp and sporty. It makes your daily commuter thrill. Peak power is 46 bhp, but what is thrilling is it delivers 106 Newton meters of torque. That is 15% more torque than the mighty Yamaha MT-09, and the bike is just 142 kilos lighter than the MT-09. Top speed is 158 km per hour and it does a 0 to 100 in under 4 seconds. On a single charge riding at 90 km an hour, you get a city range of 143 km and a highway range of 87 km thanks to the regenerative deceleration. The S version comes with a 7.2 kilowatt lithium-ion battery pack that takes 5 hours to full charge and 1.5 hours with a charge tank option at a level 2 charging station. A full recharge costs less than $1. So basically you can do 143 kilometers in the city for less than $1. Some naysayers maintain that suspension is not great. Front suspension is a Showa 41mm inverted cartridge with preload, compression and rebound adjustable. Rear suspension is a Showa 40mm piston piggyback shock reservoir with preload, compression and rebound adjustable. That is serious suspension doing duty. Evidently ABS on an EV is standard. This braking comes with an industry standard Bosch Generation 9 ABS with a 320mm rotor up front and a 240mm at the rear. Next, let's look at the Zero FX. This is the lightweight dual sport from the Zero stable. It is brilliantly designed to be on asphalt as well as on dirt roads and hidden trails in the woods. And the performance can be totally changed on the Zero app on your phone. Reduce max speed, torque, increase regeneration to 60%, braking generation to max while on trails to get the best out of the bike. The numbers are pretty impressive too. The ZF 7.2 gives out the same numbers as the Zero S, 106 Newton meters of torque at 46 bhp. Top speed is 137 km an hour. There's a lot of torque and top speed for a dirt bike. Now this bike comes with a 3.6 modular battery as well for racing. The 7.2 weighs in at 131 kilos and the 3.6 bike weighs in at a mere 112 kilos. The modular battery has the same torque but lesser bhp. The lesser bhp is offset by the fact that it is 20 kilos lighter. The city range is 146 kilometers on the 7.2 pack and 74 kilometers on the modular battery. The 7.2 takes 9.7 hours for a full charge at home and the 3.6 takes 5.1 hours for a full charge. Fast charging can take 1/4 the time. Let's talk about the suspension. Front is a 41mm Showa inverted fork with rebound compression and preload adjustable. Rear is a 40mm Showa piston piggyback reservoir, also fully adjustable. Front suspension travel is 218mm. Rear suspension travel is 227mm. It comes short with Pirelli Scorpion MT90 tire, fully ready for the dirt. Zero launched a completely new model in 2022, the Zero FXE, the Supermoto style electric bike with a 7.2 kilowatt battery. This was a new design fresh from the drawing board created by Bill Webb. It is beautiful in its design and looks futuristic. I love the Supermoto lines and the way the seat dissolves into the tank for the rider to make the moves while doing a spa slide. 106 Newton meters of torque, 46 bhp at 135 kilos. This bike is lighter than any bike with this much power. City range is at 161 kilometers and highway range at 97 kilometers. Riding at 90 km an hour. It reaches a max speed of 137 km per hour effortlessly. Standard full charge time is 9.7 hours and fully accessorized charge time is 1.8 hours. Moving on to the Zero DS, the true dual sport which is designed for actual street and back roads and the woods. This is a trail beast that you can ride with phenomenal torque in the trails for 132 km straight. The numbers are similar to Zero S, 106 Newton meters of torque, 46 bhp, max top speed of 158 km an hour. You get a trails or city range of 132 km and a highway range of 79 kilometers riding at 90 kilometers an hour. This bike is a lot of fun in the woods. A typical charging time is 5.2 hours from a home outlet and 1/4 the time with all accessories. Suspension evidently is great with the Showas doing duty with fully adjustable inverted cartridge in front. Front fork travel is 178mm. Fully adjustable piggyback reservoir shocks at the rear and rear suspension travel is 179mm. And the adjustability giving you a plusher or a stiffer ride according to your needs. The Zero DSR is the bike that will completely blow you away. This is the first Zero bike that I rode, this bike delivers a humongous torque of 157 Newton meters. For perspective, the most powerful liter class 1000cc gas bike out there barely manages at most 120 Newton meters of torque. The DSR is not a sports bike, but it does a 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. Peak power is 70 bhp and max top speed is capped at 163 km an hour. The DSR has a city range of 262 km at 90 km an hour and a highway range of 158 km with a 14.4 kilowatt battery. Standard charge time is 9.8 hours to a full charge and 2.8 hours with all accessories. The suspension of the DSR is identical to the DS. You can go back to the DS to have a look at what the suspension is on the DS. For riding consumption, to draw a parallel with a gas bike, it does the equivalent of 185 kilometers to a liter or 435 miles per gallon. Since it is a dual sport adventure bike, seat height is at 843 millimeters or 33 inches and curb weight is 190 kilos. Next, we will look at the Zero SR. This is actually the SRF of the previous years. This bad boy is equipped with ZF7510 motor that delivers a massive 166 Newton meters of torque with peak power at 74 bhp with a max top speed limited at 165 kilometers. 0 to 100 is accomplished in less than 3 seconds. There has been an OS update in 2022 with the Cypher 3 Plus that unlocks more power, more range and a higher top speed. But we'll keep that discussion for another video. It has a standard charge time at 4.5 hours and with rapid charger and Cypher upgrade it comes down to 110 minutes. Front suspension is a 43mm Showa big piston. It is fully adjustable and independent function forks. Independent function forks are designed for high performance machines for better feedback. Front fork travel is 120mm, rear is a 40mm piston with piggyback reservoir, also fully adjustable, rebound compression and preload. Rear suspension travel is 140mm. The SR also comes with Bosch advanced motorcycle stability control and turn-by-turn on-dash navigation. City range is 251 km and highway range is 153 km at 90 km an hour. Cypher upgrades are 20% more. You get 320mm disc up front and 240mm disc at the rear with Bosch ABS. The SR is shod with Performance Pirelli Diablo Rosso 3 tires. And finally, we come to the sportiest, most attractive and arguably one of the most powerful street fighter motorcycles out there, the Zero SRF. The chassis is built on a light and super strong steel trellis frame that gives unbelievable stability around corners. The Cypher 3 Plus upgrades gives it cornering ABS, cornering traction control, drag torque control that you can individually dial in. The Zero SRF 15.6 plus kWh premium delivers a humongous torque of 190 Newton meters and a peak power of 110 bhp that propels the bike from 0 to 100 in just about 2.2 seconds. Very few production bikes on the planet can match those numbers. Top speed is limited at 200 km an hour to conserve battery efficiency. Front suspension is fully independent with a 43mm Showa big piston and it is fully adjustable with rebound, damping and preload. Rear suspension is a Showa 40mm piston with piggyback reservoir and also fully adjustable. Combined with a steel trellis frame, this is a superb handling machine. Premium comes integrated with a 6 kW charger that reduces charge time to just 2.7 hours and with all accessories at just 1.5 hours. The Zero SRF is a beast of the beasts. It is one of the most exhilarating riding experiences that I have had. There is just one Zero motorcycle that we have not covered here, the SRS, which is the SRF with an aerodynamic fairing that gives 13% more energy efficiency thanks to the downforce and the aero. Zero motorcycles are the epitome of fun, brute torque, sheer efficiency and zero maintenance. No oil changes, no timing chain adjustment, no service intervals, just pure motorcycling fun. People who still say that gas bikes are gas bikes, yeah, gas bikes are good. But then once upon a time, we used to say horses were good too. That's when automobiles took over. This is not the future. This is already here. This is the present. What do you think of Zero motorcycles? What do you think of the electric industry? Would you buy one that gives you 0 to 100 in around 2 seconds? I want to know your comments. I want to know your thoughts. Do leave your comments in the comment section down below and I'll be replying to you. I'll definitely be seeing you in the next one.